Welcome to the Asheville View, and I'm here with my friend Lucy Crown. And today we are going to be talking about the gap. So I can't wait to learn more about the gap with Lucy. But first, hi Lucy, tell everybody what you do and where you're from.
Good morning, Aisha. Yeah, my name is Lucy Crown. I work at the City of Asheville in the Transportation Department, and I am the Greenway planner.
So tell us more about this project that you're working on to help us have better communities for those who walk in greenways or the differently able who are trying to get around the city, and pedestrians. What do you do at your job to make that better?
Yeah, so our department is actually conducting 3 plans at the same time, and we're calling it Close the Gap because the G stands for Greenway Plan, the A stands for ADA Transition Plan, which I'll get back to in a second, and then the P stands for Pedestrian Plan, GAP. So we're trying to close the gap with these 3 studies. And to explain what the A means, ADA stands for the American Disabilities Act. So it has to do with anything within our street network that gets people with disabilities around easier, such as ramps that go up into sidewalks, crosswalks, the lighted intersections with sounds for people who have low vision so they know when to cross, those kind of things. So our efforts of doing the 3 plans at the same time are so that when the 3 plans are finished, we have a good idea of how to make a really great network throughout the city of Asheville for people of all ages and disabilities, or all ages and abilities, to get around easily and safely and enjoyably.
So as a Greenway planner, what exactly does one use a Greenway for? Or give us an example of a Greenway.
Well, so greenways are different in any city you go to. They kind of define what greenways are. But for us in Asheville, what we want to see is a network of greenways that connects seamlessly with our sidewalks, into our neighborhoods, to our bus stops, so that you are able to get from where you live to where you work or where you want to play in an enjoyable manner. Greenways are can look very different. The ones that we've been building lately are kind of what will be our biggest, I guess you could call them the highways of our greenways. We anticipate a lot of people using them, a lot of people using them to get down to the river, where we're creating a sense of place where people will want to congregate for fun or to be with the river and nature. But greenways can also be as simple as like a 4-foot wide trail in your neighborhood that just gets you from your neighborhood to your busiest street or to your bus stop. So our plan, when it will be finished, will have different types of greenways and trails that you can use. And through the years as we develop them, and if you've lived here for any amount of time like we have, you know it takes a long time to get our greenways up and going. But when our greenways are connected in a network, we'll be able to use them as a functioning mode of transportation.
Wow. So when you say make greenways more accessible, you're talking about if I want to get down to the river and maybe I use a wheelchair for accessibility, I'll be able to get to the river through the wheelchair?
Yeah, so the 2 different plans, the G and the A, are 2 separate plans. But yes, our biggest greenways, the ones that are going to be built on the Swannanoa and the ones that we're building, as you can see on the French Broad, are going to be our most accessible greenways. They're 10 feet wide at a minimum. They might be even wider, 12 feet wide. And we're working very hard to make them at a grade that are easy to use. So if you are in a wheelchair, or say you are just an older person who has a harder time walking because of balance issues or because your joints are sore or whatever, that it'll be a much easier one to use.
Oh, wow.
But when we're looking at the A plan, that ADA accessibility plan, that has to do with all of our streets too, because a lot of our intersections, the ramps that get you from the sidewalk down to the street to cross the road aren't built correctly. And so we're needing to figure out how to fix those as we move forward. So not the ADA part, the A part of the GAP plan will deal with our sidewalks, our streets, and the biggest greenways that we have in town.
So I understand that you have these plans, but you're looking for feedback from the entire Asheville community. Tell us how we can get you some feedback and be a part of this project.
Thank you. Yeah. So, we're in the middle of a pandemic and it's really, really hard to do public engagement. I'm not going to have public meetings for everybody to get together. And so this is our best attempt at getting people's opinions on what they want to see for Greenways, ADA, and pedestrian plans. We have a survey online, and if you just Google Close the Gap Asheville, you'll probably get to it. And the survey takes about 10 minutes. It's got a map. You can show where you live, where you like to walk, where you work, what kind of connections you want to see. You can give your opinions about things that you've seen in Asheville that you'd like to see improved. There's lots of pictures that you can decide which ones you would like to see in your neighborhood or in your city. And so we're just trying to reach out to anyone who lives in Asheville or works in Asheville and has an understanding of what it's like to walk around town and what you would like to see. And we've had the survey up since Thanksgiving, and we were going to take it down by the end of this month, but we've decided to leave it up until the middle of January. So January 18th is when we're planning to take it down now. And we've had a good number of people take the survey already, but when we look at the demographics of who's taken it, it's mostly been in the 28804, 28806 zip codes. And so I'm trying to reach out to the other neighborhoods. I really want everyone to know how important it is to give us your feedback so that we can understand what it's like throughout Asheville.
I think it's important for everybody to give their feedback as well. That's why we have you here on The View. Hopefully a lot more communities will give their opinions and we'll learn a lot more about what we need to make our communities better. I've had such a good time talking to you.
Thank you. Yeah, me too, Aisha. I love your show.
Oh, well, thanks for watching. We love being here at the Asheville View. All of us are just excited to serve and to be here. And can you believe we're going into season 3?
Nope. Time flies.
So I'll see you next time here on the Asheville View.
Thank you.